Hi, happy Sunday afternoon to you. I need to share with you something that has really been pissing me off lately, and I'm going to say this has been coming from people who I consider friends and acquaintances and people who I admire, some in the motivational speaking space. Not all of them are people I've met. Some of them are people I've never met, but who I do look up to. And that is all the advice that young entrepreneurs are getting these days to ignore their parents and to basically tell their parents to piss off. So, hey Jen, welcome. I'm getting my rant on today. So, what's wrong with the advice being given to the young entrepreneurs of today to ignore their parents? My take on this is that it's underrepresenting the issue. It's minimizing the issue. The issue isn't what parents are telling young entrepreneurs to do or not do, which rules to follow. It is the entrepreneurs themselves that need to be encouraged to trust in their own judgment. So it's not just about parents. It's not just about disrupting the relationship between entrepreneurs and their parents. So I've got a little bit of advice because, of course, I'm an entrepreneur and I am also a parent. And I have been parented and I have been grandparented and co-raised by an entrepreneur. So I've kind of got an interesting take on all of this. And my take is this. The great thing about the upbringing that I had was that I had many adults around me, parents, grandparents, and others who applauded my adventures as an adult. Now, what I mean by adventures, trying things that are a little bit outside the square. So when I was an actor, that was never a problem in my family. When I wanted to be a photographer and I studied photography, never a problem in my family. When I decided as an adult to go to university and study psychology, applause all round. There was very little judgment about the decisions I made as a young adult about what to do with my life. And I think this is the point that entrepreneurs in the big spectre of things, so the Gary V's and people like that, this is the point that I think they're missing. Instead of disrupting the relationships between young entrepreneurs and their major support systems, what they really should be doing is thinking about what advice can we give to parents to support young adults who are interested in being entrepreneurs or interested in having their own businesses. So my tips are these. And these are coming from my experience as an entrepreneur, my experience as a leader of young people in my team, and of course my experience of growing up in an entrepreneurial family. Tip number 1, listen. Oftentimes, young entrepreneurs have got big ideas and they're going to want to talk them out loud. And so sometimes it's tempting to shoot things down because you want to protect them. So try to sit on your hands a little bit when that happens, when you feel that urge to keep people safe and to say, look, are you sure that's a good idea? Or are you sure that's going to work out? Of course they're not sure. They're exploring ideas and options. So as a parent or a grandparent, if you have a member in your family who's entrepreneurial in spirit, just listen. Let them explore their ideas. Let them have their mental adventures that may or may not come to actual business adventures. And when it comes to that point, this is the second tip. Support and encourage. It's not going to be on you if their business idea doesn't work out. It's not going to be on you if their finances end up in a mess. Yeah, you might need to help them out or you might be asked to help them out. You can say no. Just encourage and support. And the third thing I would encourage you to do is be interested. Be interested in what they're doing. So if they're entrepreneurs in an area that you know nothing about, so if you've got young people around you who are wanting to start up a monetized YouTube channel and you have no idea what that means, find out. Do a little bit of research. The internet's an amazing place. You can learn a lot about things on the internet. Do a little Google search. What does that mean? Find out what they're on about. Sit with them and talk with them and listen. So go back to step 1. Listen to what they're talking about. Ask questions. So when you are supportive and open and encouraging of the young people in your family who are on an entrepreneurial journey, they are more likely to turn to you to Ask advice if they think that you've got some knowledge that can help them. They're more likely to turn to you when it's not working out, and they're more likely to feel that they won't be judged for exploring their ideas. And that's the key. Keep your judgment in your back pocket. I was very lucky growing up that I never felt judged by my family. And I think this is one of the things I'm most grateful for about my family. Even though I had a tricky growing up, don't get me wrong, I was never judged. My ideas were never judged. I was never held back. Well, one time I wanted to be a florist, but you know, I think my dad said, I'm not paying for you to go to university just so you can be a florist. And we joke about that still, because that was back in the good old days when Australia had a free tertiary education system. Anyway, I hope that's of use to you, both young entrepreneurs, how to seek advice from your parents and your grandparents, how to think about what they know about life that can support you in your entrepreneurial journey. Might not be that they know much about your particular business area or your area of interest, but they might be able to support you in other ways. They might even know how to navigate just the world in a way that can support you. Parents, listen, be open, keep your judgment in your back pocket, be interested, ask questions, and then just be there for support and encouragement no matter what happens. Because you know what? Plenty of entrepreneurs have failed. That's part of the journey. So don't be fearful of them failing. I'm pretty sure when they were toddlers, you didn't prevent them from learning to walk for fear that they would fall over. So give them the same grace as they explore their entrepreneurial adventures. Have a great Sunday afternoon. Talk to you again soon. Bye.